What's up, everybody? What's up? What a day yesterday was. Like I always say, hey, if you don't got Twitter, you ain't doing it right, man. You want to get to a Twitter if you don't have one. You want to follow NBA at NBA Fantasy Labs and turn on your notifications so you can get the injury news right to your hands, right in the palm of your hands. Like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to thank everybody from my Facebook group, my Fanduel group, and all my subscribers from being there with me, all the interaction and all that. That's wonderful. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Busy work week coming up, man. I'm gonna have to drop in and do some quick videos. I will be reviewing the sports books. I'm gonna drop a video in a minute. Prize picks. I'm gonna go over some of my prize picks and stuff like that. Yesterday I had a decent day overall, except for the sports books. I had a couple mishaps, but prize picks, Fanduel, Draftkings, cash. So so look forward to my next video. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you'll know every time I upload, because I'm going to try to do this every day, and then I'm going to try to integrate. I want to try to integrate my sports book, my prop bets, and DFS all into one video, but I might not be able to do it. But like I say, this week is going to be a rough week for me. I might have to just drop in and just drop my favorite picks video and be done with it. A lot of people have been asking for that anyway. Get at me in the comments if you think, if you want a picks video or something like that, something that I never do, and it is what it is. Getting right into it right here, we have let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Oh my, okay. Well, let's get right into it. Starting off first, we got my Chicago Bulls at Indiana. A juicy game right here. Some guys in some very good spots. Injury-wise, the same guys right there. Levert Markkanen. Wendell Carter is questionable, so I don't know. He practiced. We just got to see if he's going to be playing or not. So it is what it is with that situation. So we should get that news before a lock. And Otto Porter remains out. Doug McDermott's questionable, and let's touch on it. Chicago Bulls are horribly defensively, so we'll start off with the Indiana side of things, man. It's just self-explanatory. Sabonis, he's priced at 9,100 on DraftKings, and on Fanduel he's priced at 9,600. He's firmly in play. Along with Malcolm Brogdon, he's been having a rough go at things lately. I don't know what's up with him, but he's definitely in play. Price similarly at 7,700 to 7,800 on both sides. Then you have Miles Turner. These are the three main suspects right here, 6K. And I have, like I said in some of my previous videos, there are times that you can triple stack these guys. So you'll get them at 6,800 on Fanduel, but DraftKings you'll get Miles Turner for 6K. You can play all three of these guys in the same lineup and probably run it back with Levine or someone if you want to. But TJ McConnell is somebody who's been seeing minutes as of late. He doesn't take a ton of threes, so there you have that. But he's been playing a ton of minutes, especially the last 3 games. He's played, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, he's only played under 26 minutes in one of the last, 6, 7, 8 games. And his fantasy output has been pretty good. He's a great passer, and, he's in there to help jumpstart the offense. He's priced up at 5,200 on Fanduel. He's priced at 5,900. So I don't know if I'll be able to get there, but it's a decent matchup. I'll tell you that much. Justin Holiday, he's in a decent spot to me as well. One thing about Justin Holiday, a lot of people don't know that he will take the three, and he's hitting at least 2 or 3 threes a game. So that's something right there. He can get you double figures, and given the matchup, he's already playing the minutes. He's at 5,100 on DraftKings. On Fanduel, he's priced at let's see what, at 4,800. So I really like to play a little bit better on Fanduel, but on DraftKings, he's shooting guard, small forward eligible. I don't mind to play. You know, he's going to be out there. That's one thing he's going to be, is out there. Doug McDermott and Jeremy Lamb are probably the only 2 other guys I consider. But I just won't be able to get there, even though this matchup is really, really good. On the Bulls side of things, we don't know the injury situation with Wendell Carter Jr. That's something we're gonna have to monitor. We should get that before lock. Like I said, Thaddeus Young is coming in at 6,100 on DraftKings. You can get some rebounds and, you know, a few putbacks. You know, you can have a decent game against these Indiana Pacers. Don't get that twisted, especially the bigs. I don't know what position they have. I think they moved him back to the power forward spot on FanDuel. So let's see. And it looks like he's still in the center spot. So Thaddeus Young is going to be very hard to get to him if you think about getting to him at 6,100 at the center spot, because we got some treats over there at the center spot on FanDuel today. Kobe White, I just can't, you know, I haven't been playing him. Probably, and the only thing I probably would get to on this, you know, on this side of the game is Levine, you know. So, you know, you can, of course, you can look at Daniel Gafford if there's no Wendell Carter Jr. You would like to see him get that 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying, to try to make, you know, he's a good fantasy point per minute guy, you know what I'm saying, but he just can't keep his fucking hands to himself, you know, so, you know, it is what it is. Houston and Washington. Russell Westbrook questionable this one for you know, it's going to be a back-to-back. They just whooped up old Boston Celtics yesterday. Christian Wood's still out. Oladipo will be out. Thomas Bryant, Ish Smith out. You know, so it is what it is. That's it for the significant injuries. On the Washington side, like I say, we'll have to wait for the news. We should get this news before lock too, because this is a 6 o'clock game. It's one of the first 2 games that's going to be on, so we should get the news for this one as well. So keep your eyes peeled to see if Westbrook's going to play, and then we'll work with it from there. In the event that Westbrook doesn't play, then you can look at guys like, since Ish Smith is out, I'd imagine that Raul Neto, he should get the start. And yesterday he played 24 minutes. They was beating their ass, so keep that in mind. But when he starts, he does get 20 minutes plus. And then you got Ish Smith out, so he should be in line for some decent minutes, especially in the event of Russell Westbrook being out. You'll get him on FanDuel for Raul Neto, 3,700. So he's going to be a lock for GPPs and cash on FanDuel. Just a juicy price tag over there, 3,700. And Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is Bradley Beal. Look at the price tag on Bradley Beal on DraftKings. Just a smash price for you. I don't even have to touch on that, man. He's just in play. Eric Gordon, you know what he's going to do. He's going to take his shots. He's going to shoot his threes. You know, he had a great game yesterday. One of my subscribers asked me, did either Eric Gordon or Tyler Hero. I should have known to tell him Eric Gordon, but I didn't tell him anyone. I just told him it was a shot in the face. I forgot to get back to you, my boy, so I know you're going to be watching. Get at me in the comment section. But all the usage is there for him. Going up against Washington, he's priced at 6,400, and on FanDuel, he's priced at 6,200. So he did get the bump. He was in the upper 5K range yesterday. 5,800. DeMarcus Cousins, loving the spot that he's in. Last time these two teams played, he had about 50 fantasy points. It's a good matchup for Boogie. He can see somebody. He can see looks from guys like Alex Lynn, Robin Lopez, and Morris Wagner. So that's what this matchup is going to be looking like. He's priced similarly on Draftkings. On Fanduel at 6,100. I like to play. Now, you're going to see guys like Jason Tate. He's priced decently. Somebody who I've been riding his player props. He can show some upside on that price tag. Like to see a nice 30, 35 point game, fantasy point output for him one time, a nice outburst, If it was ever a time for him to do it, this is it. He's power forward and small forward eligible on DraftKings, and on FanDuel, he's priced at okay, so I went past Tate. Oh, you know what? Tate's been over there at the power forward slot. Let's see. Right, 5,400. So you get them for 800 cheaper on DraftKings. And then you got Daniel House Jr. and Sterling Brown. Some other cheaper options that I wouldn't mind considering. Where's PJ Tucker? PJ Tucker, he should be. It is what it is with PJ Tucker. Either you do or you don't. I know they just played, and what he had. 5 fantasy points, no points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists. So there you have that. But these cheaper options, without Oladipo, these guys can have some value. Your Daniel House Jr., 4,300. It's going to be a little bit more usage to go around. And David Nwaba and Sterling Brown. Sterling Brown is one who always is pretty much productive once he gets minutes. So in the last 4 games, he played 25 minutes at least, and he for his price tag, he was 37, 4K, 3,200, 3,500. He's hitting value just about all the time in that matchup. And as far as the big situation over here, Morris Wagner, he got the start last game. I believe last game he got the start. He played 22 minutes, had almost 25 fantasy points. At 3,200, the bare minimum, if you want to take a stab at him, it is what it is. It's just hard to trust this big situation over here because Wagner got the start. Then you'll see guys, They were starting Alex Lynn for a while, and then Robert Lopez, he'll come in and get some valuable minutes. So he played 26 minutes yesterday. So Alex Lynn must have been the one who got the short end of the stick. So looks like he didn't even play yesterday. So it's just. It's a pick your poison type of thing over there, Davis Bertans, sometimes he gets minutes at the 5, depending on what the situation is and, how, if they're down or they're up or whatever. So it's hard to trust any of these guys over here, but there will be value there, especially if there's no Westbrook. Moving over to the Atlanta side of things, Atlanta and New York. DeAndre Hunter, he'll be sidelined for about, I think, 6 or 7 weeks. That's a bummer. Mitchell Robinson already ruled out, so he'll be out for about 6 or 7 weeks. Then you got Rondo out, Snell questionable, and then same guys has been out. On the Atlanta side of things, these guys, they have talent. They just, I don't know, man. They have to get it together, man. They have to figure it out. Trae Young sitting there at 9,500. It's a pace down spot for him. For Atlanta as a whole. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. I haven't been getting to him. He's 9,500. He has been balling though, man. He has been balling, but he's 9,900 on Fanduel. I probably just won't be getting to him. They got blew out against San Antonio right there, and then Indiana, slower pace matchup. So he was priced at 9,800, and he only had 37 fantasy points. But before that, he was dropping 60, 50, 40, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 60, 50, 50. I guess in this matchup, I just won't get to him. I have to stand. I'm on one line up top of guy. I have to take a stand somewhere. If anything, he'll be a GPP option. Clint Capella. I don't mind the spot that he's in. I like the spot that he's in. At 7,400, we know he can blow up. I don't mind some Clint Capella. On FanDuel, you'll get him at 7,800. So there you have that. Kevin Huerter, John Collins. It's a decent spot for John Collins, but he's priced at 7K. That's an okay price, but I think I just might like Capella a little more. You get him for 600 more on FanDuel. Kevin Huerter, I just won't be able to get there. There's probably nobody else I probably won't even be able to get there. Cam Reddish, he had a fake decent game last game. They need him to be aggressive. They're going to need him. So hopefully he's looking forward to being aggressive from here on out. He's 4,300 on FanDuel, on DraftKings. So I don't. But like I say, there's some other options. I just don't know if I'll be able to get to him either. But an interesting play over here on the Atlanta side is Danilo Gallinari. Small forward and power forward eligible. His minutes, they're ramping up. I believe he was coming off the bench. They need him. They need him. If they don't need him, they need anybody. They need him right now. Somebody to stretch the floor, to knock down some shots. His peripherals and his defensive, his defense ain't all that. His peripherals ain't all that either. But at 4,900, he doesn't even need 25 fantasy points to hit 5 times. But we'll be looking for, we really would like to see something like 30, 35 fantasy points for him. But he will get you buckets. On FanDuel, you'll get him for, I think he's about 4,800. What is it? 4,500 on FanDuel. So keep that in mind. On the Knicks side, Julius Randle, I play him all the time. It's a pace-up matchup for him. Rebounding rise, I am skeptical about his rebounding. He's gonna have guys like Nerlens Noel down there, John Collins, Clint Capella. I'm just a little worried about his rebounds. For those reasons, the pace up spot, I think he might be able to garner a little bit more assists. So when you're looking at so for my prop bet guys, I seen a prop out there, and I'll touch on that in my next video because I'm going to bring that right next after this. So make sure you have your notifications on for that. But anyway, I am iffy on him today. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. He's 8,600 on DraftKings. He's 8,700 on FanDuel. He's been playing fine. Points, I'm spoiled. He got me spoiled. I know he has that 50, 60 upside, and I like that. Against Houston, he gave us 38 fantasy points, 55 against Washington, and, 56 against Miami, which was impressive, but, I have to think on it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, RJ Barrett, since Rose got over there, he's just been a shell of himself. He just ain't been getting it done. So the price is coming down, though. You can buy low on him. On FanDuel, I think he's 5,100 on FanDuel. So, yeah. So that's something, either you do or don't. Derrick Rose is coming in, averaging about 15 points a game since he's been there. Last 3 games, he's taking his shots, and he's getting about 15, 16 points. Like I say, he's got like a 20-minute cap on him. Last game he played 23 minutes, but he's been productive in his in those minutes, giving you points, giving you a couple rebounds, some assists, some steals here and there. Derrick Rose at 4,900. That's, I just probably can't. Nerlens Noel, he's somebody that's on my radar. He played 30, 35 minutes last game. 32 minutes, gave you 23 fantasy points. He had 10 points. I took a player performance doubles on him on the sports book for him to get 20 points, so I liked it that. That was nice. That was up to, that paid 870, so that was a nice return. I only bet 10, but that was a nice return. Quickly, he's somebody who could come in and put up points quickly. So at 4,700, and on Fanduel, you'll get him for how much is quickly? I probably quickly need to go over to the 2-guard position and see if he's over there. Right, 4,900, which is pretty steep. But, it is what it is. And Nerlens Noel, he's in a tough spot over here to say, oh, you know what? No, it's real juicy. He's at the power forward slot over here. So, yeah, that's a decent option at the power forward slot at 4,800. And then he is a pretty good defender. If you want to get blocks and shit like that, he can that 3 points and shit over there on FanDuel. So it is what it is. Elfrid Payton, he's the ultimate GPP play, and that's about it. Philly and Utah. Utah has been playing awesome. Okay, here we go with this fucking Q tag shit. Every time, so look. Joel Embiid and Rudy Gobert. These guys, they had Twitter beef, all of that. You know what I'm saying? They just got, man, I think 2 or 3 years ago, they was really going at it hard. So he's got a Q tag right now. And then a lot of times he hasn't played. So look, let's go. Let's try this out. So I went to let's go to StatMuse. Let's go to StatMuse. Okay. We're going to put this up there real fast. Joel Embiid. Rudy Gobert. Fanduel points. By game log. StatMuse. I'm going to do a video on StatMuse. You could just put it, type in what you need. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, but they got commentator and everything like that.
Here, and I'm running this show. Joel Embiid racked up 39.2 FanDuel points versus Rudy Gobert on December 2nd, 2019.
Okay, so from FanDuel standards to FanDuel points, Joel Embiid versus Rudy Gobert. FanDuel points by game log. In 2019, they played twice. He had 39 and 53. 61 in 2018. And 2018, he had a 48. And 2016, he had a 25. So the most recent ones, he had 61 and 53 and 61. And then you can, I can reverse it. And see what Rudy Gobert has done against Joel Embiid. Let me type that in. Let me delete that. And then let me get over here. Let me delete that. And type in Rudy. Okay, now we can see what he's done. Fantasy points, Fanduel points by game log.
You're expecting the robot voice, right? Nope, it's me, Scott Van Pelt. Rudy Gobert collected 52.4 Fanduel points versus Joel Embiid on December 2nd, 2019.
Okay, so December, his most recent one, he had 52 fantasy points, 49 and 45, and then in 2018 and he had some mediocre outputs, but so as you can see, these guys they've been battling, and then if you just want to look at their last five in general, or you want to know, Embiid has a 39 of 54, 61, 48, and 37. So that's without knowing who was in and out. I can look at Rudy Gobert as well. He had his last five against the Sixers, 50 of 50, 46, 26, and he probably didn't play that last one. So that was his last four. But I say all that to say that Embiid, he pops up out a lot when he goes up against Rudy Gobert. So I think he'll probably play today. So that'll be some interesting. Both of these teams have wonderful records. They're playing great. This will be a tough task for the both of them. So I don't know if I'll be able to get there. Starting off with the injuries, we have Shake Milton. He's out, and then Conley has already been ruled out. And for the most part, the rest of these squads are pretty intact. Joel Embiid, I just touched on. I don't know if I'll be able to get there to him. Ben Simmons. I mean, Utah's playing some wonderful defense, so I just don't know if I'll be able to get that to him either, man. It's gonna be one. So as of right now, I think I like the players from this game on the Utah side a little more than I like the players on the Philly side. They're priced cheaper, and they're definitely priced cheaper. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But on the Philly side, I mean, look at Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he's priced at $8K on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he's priced at $8,300. That's decent. The minutes has been there for him. The usage has been there for him, taking 20 shots a game above, and the assist output has been pretty decent as well. Now, that was pretty low this last game, but they were beating up on them all game long, Miami. Other than that, Milwaukee, 8 assists, 9 assists, 11 assists, 5-5. In the absence of Michael Conley, he's been balling. He's giving you upside on that price tag. Like I said, that Miami game, last game was a blowout. Other than that, he's been blowing his price tags out the water. I've been riding him, and I will ride him this slate right here. Rudy Gobert, priced around that 7K. He's 7,200. I don't mind the play. If he can stay out of foul trouble, I think he can fare well. He doesn't score that much. I'm probably still gonna fade him though, but definitely a tournament option. Jordan Clarkson, he comes in, he's shooting that thing. I don't mind the play for him. I don't mind this play. If he get hot, he can blow it up. I just like this side of the ball. Bogdanovich and Joe Ingles, they priced up a little bit over here on DraftKings, but you'll get Bogdanovich for 6,300 on FanDuel, and on and Joe Ingles 4,900. He's been priced at 4,900 for the last 3 or 4 games, and he's been hitting value. Outside this game, it was a blowout. So and that's about it. The only thing I can consider from this game, and keep in mind, Derek Favors has been playing. his fantasy output, he's been hitting value too, at that little price tag that he's been at. So at 3,400, he has been, hitting value. And that's what makes these guys tough, guys like Derek Favors and Niang. Niang hit 4 out of 5 threes yesterday. Even Royce O'Neal, he's a pretty decent defender. So, and he's someone who goes under the radar all the time. He's just a decent defender, you know what I'm saying? And he goes out, plays all the minutes. He doesn't rarely get in foul trouble. He takes his threes. He doesn't make them that much, you know what I'm saying? He's not a high usage player, and surprisingly, he gets a decent amount of rebounds. So I won't be able to get to him at that price, but that's something to point out. Cleveland and Golden State. Draymond Green's rocking the Q tag. Larry Nance Jr., the rest of these guys, the usual suspects are still out. Golden State are still without a big man. So, Stephen Curry coming in at 10K. You'll get him at a little bit over 10K, 10.5 on Fanduel. He's just always the ultimate GPP play. Never gets talked up. Nobody never says he's in the group. Nobody really spends some time talking about him. But he's just that good. I mean, he can just blow up, at any given time. So, like the matchup, he's almost matchup proof, especially when he's cooking from behind the arc. Wonderful shot maker. Yesterday, well, let me continue. Kelly Oubre and Wiggins and these guys, they're not sparking that upside that I really, 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 really want. Especially at that price tag, I need some 40s and shit like that in the forecast. So I mean, they've been hitting and sometimes exceeding, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I probably won't be able to get to none of them outside of Curry. Draymond Green is an interesting play, but we have to wait and see what's up with this injury news. Drummond did sit out last game. So Jared Allen got the run. These bigs over here in Golden State in Cleveland are in a wonderful spot. They just set up to rebound. Golden State has no bigs. Draymond has been running the point center as of late, and a guy like Eric Pascal and high energy Toscano Anderson has been trying to fill the bigs roles. They're just very small. Colin Sexton and Darris Garland. Darris Garland is priced at $5,500. The usage is there for him. I like the matchup. He'll probably see some Curry. Like I said, so the usage is there for him. And at $5,500, he's always smashing that. The minutes are there, so he's definitely in play. You'll get Garland for $5,500 on FanDuel, so he's priced the same. He's a value play, a starting point guard, a value play. Now, Colin Sexton, I've been getting to him in the beginning of the season. I just can't get to him as long as Darris Garland sitting there at $5,500. It's probably one of my favorite plays on the side of the on the Cleveland side. So if we get news that Andre Drummond is out, which I'm quite sure he's probably going to play, you get guys like Taurean Prince. He stepped in. I believe he started, but the main beneficiary from last night was Shetty Osman. He came in, shot 6 for 12, 3 of 7 for 3, 28 fantasy points, had 20 real points. So I did play JaVale McGee. I went to McGee, and he gave me 23 fantasy points at 3,100. Really helped me get some of the studs in. Moving on over to the Miami and LA Clippers. a surprise scratch from Kawhi Leonard last night. So that's what I mean. You have to be up until, you have to have those notifications on Fantasy Labs NBA. So you can catch things and make pivots. So Kawhi Leonard, questionable. I'll probably imagine he'll play. If not, then Paul George has been gone for a while. So he's sporting a Q tag right now. So he's close to being back. So we need to keep an eye. Hopefully we get news for these guys early on. Goran Dragic is out, and that's it for the significant. For the significant injury news over here. So, like I said, we need injury news for these guys. Lou Lemon Pepper Wing Williams came in last night and had himself a ball. He had 49 fantasy points. If he would have played more minutes than that, he would have had more. He was killing. He was balling. So he's in play. Especially, I like him either way. If one of these guys are out, I like him anyway. Either way, if one of these guys are in, then I'd have to think about it because he is priced up. Marcus Morris, he comes into play. If one of those guys are out, he had a wonderful game last night. So if one of those guys are out, then you could plug in some Marcus Morris. He had 40 fantasy points last night at 5,200. He showed great upside on that price tag. And Nicholas Batum, he's pretty up and down. I just, I don't know. I probably won't get to him. And Serge Ibaka had a pretty nice outing last night as well. He had 44 fantasy points in 29 minutes. He split minutes with Zubac, but I would like to see him get 30 minutes a game. He did have a high number of assists, but it is what it is. And you got your Patrick Beverleys, and they just had a ball against Cleveland last night, so it was just a ball. It was ball juice everywhere. So on Miami, you got Bam Adebayo. He's in a decent spot. I won't be able to get there, though. He's in a decent spot. He did have a nice outing against these guys. He put up a double-double, like 16 and 13 last time they played. He had about 40, 45 fantasy points, but he's priced at 8,300. I don't know how much, and on FanDuel he's priced at 8,700. I don't know how much upside that he'll be able to give you going up against these guys, so I probably won't be able to get to him. Jimmy Butler has been playing lights out, and they got blew out against Utah, but before that he was 58, 56, 44, 44, 44. He got 44.5 in 3 straight games. Then 50, 50, 59. So coming in, doing it all, triple-double worthy. The way he was playing, trying to get everybody involved. They short on point guards over there. Got to check the injury situation on the Clippers side to see if I want to get there. Tyler Hero, he's been around this 26 to 30 fantasy point range for quite some time. He's not been showing us no upside. I'm really concerned about that. Kendrick Nunn, he had 34 fantasy points. He's been playing a ton of minutes, so he's 5,600. On FanDuel, you'll get Kendrick Nunn for 5,500. He's gonna see a ton of minutes. I don't see him getting in too much foul trouble or anything like that. I don't know if I'll get that, but he's a cheaper option to consider. Kelly O, he just needs to, he's getting the minutes. I had him for a double-double this game against Houston, and I had him for 10 points. He gave me 13 rebounds. But as you can see, he's been rebounding. He can't stretch the floor with the three-point shot. He missed all 4 of them last game. He would have had a better fantasy output. At 5,100, it is what it is. I don't know how much if anybody, I would get to this game. I'm more probably inclined in games like the Bulls game, that Cleveland game, and this game I'm about to talk about right now, Brooklyn and Sacramento. So Kevin Durant, he'll be out for this one. He's missing in probably the next couple games, 2 or 3 games. He'll probably be out. Marvin Bagley missed the last 2 games. He's questionable. DeAndre Jordan should be here for this game. He was out for personal reasons, so that's something, and that's it for the significant injuries. Now, I'll start right off on the Brooklyn side of things. You got Kyrie, you got James Harden. Both of these guys are in play. I really don't even have to touch on their prices on each site because you'll get Kyrie for $600 more on Fanduel, and on Fanduel you'll get Harden around the same price, $100 more on Draftkings. They're definitely in play. If I had to pick one of the two, I think I would lean towards Harden here. Peripherals have been there. He's a triple-double threat every night. 19, 8, and 16 assists against Golden State in the blowout. 19 and 11. The fantasy points are there. The peripherals are there. That equals upside. With no Durant, like to see him get a few more shots in this juicy matchup. Fast-paced game for both of these teams. There should be some up and down scoring here. Nice game for nice game for same game parlays. Just a lot of fancy goodness to go along. It's guys that weren't in play, they are in play today. You got Joe Harris, Jeff Green. I don't have to touch into some. You guys know the totals and stuff these guys are putting up. Darren Fox, I like the matchup. Buddy Hield, I don't like playing him, but he's firmly in play here, especially in GPPs. Harrison Barnes, Halliburton. Interesting play is Richaun Holmes. He'll probably be the lesser honed of all of these guys, but I like him. As long as he stays out of foul trouble and he gets upwards of 30 to 35 minutes, like we were seeing down here, it's Biggs versus Brooklyn all day. I can see him getting a double-double or whatever, whatnot. And you might see somebody like Bruce Brown starting. Given the minutes, he can be productive. 4,100, On FanDuel, you'll get him at 4,300. Decent matchup, what I'm saying? Hassan Whiteside, he's been getting minutes as of late. I don't think he'll be getting minutes here. I don't know. It's remain to be seen. And, I don't have to touch on too much of this game because y'all know what it's going to be. But how the NBA has been, it could end up being a lopsided game too, man. So, the NBA has been very tricky this year. Guys like Bielisa or whatever, however you explain it, say his name, in the absence of Marvin Bagley, he has been seeing minutes. The last two games he's seen 27 minutes. In this matchup, I don't know if he'll, how many minutes or whatever he'll be able to, because they can go small. I can see them going Halliburton at the 2, and Buddy at the 3 with Richaun Holmes and what's this boy's name? Barnes at the 4. For a long period of for a long majority of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ways these teams this team can go, and same thing for Brooklyn. Now, if you guys like this video, man, like and subscribe. Like I say, you already know the drill. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be some props. My thoughts on some props. I think I've seen a lot of props. Some player performance doubles and things like that, man. But, it is what it is, guys. Peace.